Four. Oh, teach me that lick. No, it's not about that. It's about combinations, about create melodies in that moment.
Okay, welcome everybody. We've got Alaine Merville with us. So glad you guys could be here with us today. And Alain's got something special to share with us because you guys know that you guys are always asking me for chords, you're always asking me for runs. And I keep telling you guys there's something more important than just chords and runs. That's if you can actually, if a top musician could actually sit and show you his mindset and show you how he thinks, right? And if you can just listen to how he thinks, you gain so much. And so that's why I think this is such a cool thing with Jesus Molina coming out with this DVD that you guys, with this course that you guys have seen. Sorry, Alan, it's not a DVD, it's a course. But it's something I plan on getting. And I just want to welcome you guys. I want to welcome everybody that's watching today. Alan is with the members. He's with us today. And I just kind of want to ask, I want him to just talk to us one-on-one and just kind of answer some questions for us. But first, I want to welcome you, Alan. How are you doing today?
I'm doing well. Well, firstly, thank you for having me on your platform, and thank you for your members for, just tuning in and checking this conversation out.
I appreciate it, man. And we're so excited today because, I've been seeing this course coming out. This is something that I really want to get. Jesus is something that we've presented him on the channel before. The dude is dope. Pretty much every musician who's a musician kind of knows who this guy is. So for you to be able to get somebody of his caliber, man, and your caliber as well, the fact that you guys are working together, this is something that's going to greatly benefit the musician community. But I do have a question. Right now, a lot of musicians, some of them are suffering. Some of us could be going through some financial hardships. Why now? What's the value of it now? Why do you think it's still a good value now? When some of us could be, struggling more financially.
Yeah, well, just on the topic of, obviously what's going on with the world right now with COVID-19, due to stay-at-home policies and it being against the law for you to leave your house
yeah.
and go work, this is probably the most, in a sense, forced free time to practice piano that we've had in a long time. Okay. And that we may just not have an opportunity like this, hopefully ever again in this sort of manner. But in terms of timing, for a person who's genuinely interested in getting better at the piano, this is the perfect time to do that.
Right.
The purpose of this course is really to drastically improve your skills as a pianist. Jesus, like you mentioned, is known as a proficient, virtuoso level pianist who, when he plays, it looks like he's barely trying. It looks like it's effortless. He's laughing. He's having fun. Most of the time, he's not even looking at the keyboard or at the piano.
Yeah.
Just like wandering and smiling. But whether it's stride piano, whether it's soloing, whether it's licks and runs, different chords, for most of us, including myself, when we're watching him, we can't help but to think how. And so this course is really a means of answering that how. So what we do is we literally take a deep dive into the mechanics, the thought process, the inspiration, and the essence of what he does and how. So we go through his warm-up exercises, left hand exercises, right hand independence, different mirror techniques, really just everything that he does. We break it down and have him, show us exactly what he does. Not from like a method book that he picks up. Like it's a deep dive into what has made him successful as a pianist.
Now let me ask you this, because Jesus didn't start super early, right, with the piano. I heard a rumor. You could correct me if I'm wrong. He started a little bit later, right?
Yeah, he started a little later, and it's pretty crazy. He doesn't come from a musical family.
Wow.
And it's not like he grew up passionate about music or passionate about the piano. It was his mother that wanted him to learn how to play an instrument.
Wow.
And the piano wasn't even his first instrument. I want to say it was saxophone or drums. And then he eventually got to piano, but he had no formal training, not until he got to Berkeley. So his journey is pretty relatable.
Now, let me ask you this, because I'm always seeing him do these crazy runs, these crazy chord progressions, stuff like that. I surveyed my members and I was asking them, what kind of questions do you guys have for Alain? And I said I was going to ask you. And some of them are asking if he's going to teach harmonies. Like, is he going to teach like all these movements and these runs that is he going to actually break that stuff down? Or are we just going to be watching him? Like, is he actually breaking it down? Or are there any materials that are going to slow this thing down for us and kind of show us, okay, exactly what he's doing?
Yeah, great question. So just an overview of what the course is going to look like once you dive into it. It's 26 video lessons of Jesus himself instructing, going through some of the topics like I mentioned, reharmonization, different scales, different concepts that he does. And then there's also, we've tried our best to, and we think, we kind of executed that, but we've jam-packed the course with a lot of additional resources to make sure that you guys are really learning, retaining, and understanding the material. So alongside the 26 video lessons, we also have 26 audio practice guides. And so that's where I come in and break down the theory behind what he's doing. You guys step-by-step practical exercises to attain those different skills in every key. So for example, if he's doing a lesson on like stride piano, if he's talking about the different styles of stride piano, he's going to break it down in the video. And then you'll have an audio practice guide of me coming down and breaking down the theory of what he's doing, whether he's playing the bass and then the harmony in one octave, or he's playing the bass and then jumping 2 octaves to play the chord. And then I'll guide you through different step-by-step processes for you to, the best ways to practice that so you develop that skill over time.
So you're actually helping out with the process as well. So it's kind of like a 2-for-1, because you're actually giving the theory, because both of us are big on application. Like, okay, this is a great idea, but how is it used? But that's basically how you guys are working together. You're actually going through the theory and basically saying, okay, this is the theory behind it, and this is how you would use it and whatnot, basically, right? Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So at the end of this, I'm gonna pretty much know his whole practice session, what he's doing. So if I'm a beginner, I can come out playing. Like, is that how? Like, is there a certain level? You know what I'm saying? Because where do I need to be? In order to be able to get the most benefit out of this. And then, so what's your target, that you're looking for in terms of the people who you think are going to get the most out of this?
Yeah. And just before I answer that, there are a few more things that come with the course that I wanted to just.
Yeah, sure.
So aside from the video lessons and the audio practice guide, we do have a course book, a digital course book that comes with it. And it has chapter summaries in writing, just this is what this chapter is about. This is why it's important to Jesus. This is how he applies it. And then there's also music notation in the chapters that it makes sense to have music up.
So if it has a course book, it has additional teaching. That's like a full college course almost. That would run you a couple $1,000. Yeah. You guys both went to Berkeley, so you know the value of something like this. So this is an incredible value. But back to that question though, before I forget. So that kind of goes into what I'm saying though, because if it's college level, in terms of the materials that you're getting, but what level do I need to be at in terms of for me to be able to execute the stuff? I mean, do I just need to know the names of the notes on the piano, and then you could take me from there? Or do I need to know a little bit more than that?
Yeah, ideally, you do need to have some knowledge of the instrument for this to be valuable to you. Now, you don't have to be an expert level musician, a virtuoso, mainly because Jesus does a great job of breaking it down throughout the video courses, and then plus along with myself breaking it down, and then the digital course book. And then one thing we didn't mention was the piano MIDI files that shows you all the notes that you're playing. But Jesus isn't going to teach you the fingerings for a major scale. He isn't going to spell out like a C major triad. So you do need to have I guess an above beginner, like a slightly intermediate and above knowledge of the instrument. But realistically, just having a little bit of what he's teaching integrated into your playing is going to improve your overall playing skills.
And he covers multiple keys as well, multiple genres, I'm sure, and all of that as well, right? So,
yeah, yes. Yeah, so we in the course, he definitely covers jazz. He covers also how he applies some of the movements to a more gospel setting.
Okay.
And he also covers, there's a lesson where he applies the techniques to bossa nova, as well as funk for like a clavinet rhythmic feel. He does a good job of covering multiple genres, so that the main thing is with music theory, with harmony, these concepts can be applied to different genres. And so whether it's a 2-5-1, whether it's a drop 2, whether it's a progression, the same kind of applications can be applied to different genres. It's up to you as a musician to know, okay, I'm going to R&B. I can't play all these tensions, but the harmonic structure or the function and all that stuff is the same. So, I think he tried to do a good job of going through the course to make sure that point was not made.
Yeah, man, from the clips and from the information I've seen, it's an incredible value. I'll go ahead and wrap this up. Is there anything else that you want to say? Because I know the value right now, I don't think it can get any better than this. I know you guys had a pre-enroll price, and now it's at another price, which is still great because you didn't go all the way up to the full price yet. So anybody who's watching this video, you probably need to get on that now, because these things, once it gets up to that full price, it's it. So take the opportunity now. But is there anything else that anything in addition you may have for folks who are maybe members of Sean Wilson Piano that I know me and you have had some talks. Is there anything you want to tell them?
Yeah. So I do feel like I'm somewhat family now with Sean Wilson Piano.
For sure, man.
My first course, this was the platform that I came on and I spoke about it.
That's right.
And obviously, with everything that's going on with COVID-19, people just not being able to work, and obviously that's affected individuals financially as well as companies. So Sean and I wanted to put our heads together and come up with a way that we could just have a benefit for members only. And so what we wanted to do was to give you guys a discount.
All right, man. Yes. Woo! Yeah, man. Loving it. All right, go ahead, man. Sorry.
No, it's all good. So the original price on June 6th is $199.
Okay.
So we want to give you guys a price that's substantially discounted, which is $89.
Oh my goodness.
So
that's incredible.
That includes everything that we've gone through, the video lessons, as well as the audio practice guides, the course book, the piano mini files, and you're learning from, obviously, Jesus Molina.
That's an incredible value, man, and my members appreciate it. I'm still getting chats. I'm still getting comments. So it looks like a couple of people are already trying to get it now. So basically, if you're a member, okay, guys, if you're listening, if you're a member of Sean Wilson Piano, you're going to get this at a discount, at a special price. And you have to be part of Sean Wilson Piano in order to do it. So you're getting the benefit of both. Those of you, man, this is the perfect time. If you are trying to improve your vocabulary, if you're trying to sound different, now's the time to do it. Don't wait. Alan, I think you said there's a deadline on this, right? I think you said sometime in June as far as this discount. Was it June 6th or 16 or something like that, I think?
16. So it's the course release date is June 6th, but we're giving you guys another 10-day extension of the $89 price for you guys to grab.
Guys, let me tell you something. There is no, and I just want to end it by saying this, this is a perfect time to be living right now where musicians are of a very, very high caliber are sharing their wealth like this. You know, when we were growing up, we didn't have this. You know, ideally, we could have been a lot further. You know what I'm saying? But that doesn't. But for people who are applying, right? So for people who are actually getting this and applying the concepts, there's no limit to what you can do. And you know what I'm saying? So we're going to create a generation of musicians for sure that are getting these materials and that are actually working through them and are actually doing so. So Alain, thanks you so much, man. We appreciate you, man. Alain is part of the family. He's still a part of our Sean Wilson piano as well. And we just hope that, you know, we have continued success working together, man. So thanks again.
Absolutely. Thank you for having me.